Good morning, everybody. I'm out here in the garden again like I am every morning, and so I'm coming out here. I want to show you a garden update and show you where I'm at now. It's a challenge, and you all know I've been working with trying to get rid of the white flies and stuff, but I've seen stink bugs now, and on my cucumbers I've seen eggs from the moth of the pickleworm. So I've been picking those off, and I want to show you what I've got. Alright, so you're not going to see Mrs. Crow in here. During the rainstorm she got toppled and I need to fix her up. I'll show you a picture of that here. Anyway, here is the front of my garden where I have all the sweet potatoes. So in this section are the purple sweet potatoes. That right there where I'm pointing to is the white sweet potatoes, and right in here are the red sweet potatoes. So the white ones are doing wonderful. The red and the purple took a little bit longer to get going, and these are Deep South Homestead sweet potatoes. So I'm very happy and excited to be growing them this year and to make them my own. So up in the front, still some oregano in pots that I have not given away yet, and I got a big pot of oregano there. Now that came out of this section right here. Now I had a whole bunch in there, and I still have a whole bunch left, but that's oregano. And then I potted up, divided up some of my stevia, which I really need to put into bigger pots. And if you look over there, right behind that zucchini is more stevia, where I took that out of. Okay, so cucumbers and tomatoes. The cucumbers that my dad and I planted are in here. Now something's gone wrong with a few of them, and I'm getting wilt on them. But I came out yesterday, weeded some, and cut off the bad leaves off of all of them. My dad raised these little tomatoes. I've got 4 of them in here. These 2 are doing much better than the other 2 on the other side. Not sure what kind they are. Now here, as you can see, I've had to add on to the tomato cages for the cucumbers, and I'm actually going to put in another crossbeam on top because these down here are getting up there. Alright, so I did also purchase tomato plants because I'm late in the season. So those are there, and I've got honeybees and everything on them, but you can see things are just getting eaten up out here. But I keep trying, and one thing about getting out here early is you can find most of the bugs and start picking them off. It does take time though. There's another tomato plant. These are celebrities over here, and then get back here so you can see them in this direction. Alright, still have not gotten that raised garden bed over there cleaned out. I need to cut down on the weeds and the bugs. But here are some early girl tomatoes, and then on the other side I have Romas. Now I'm having a problem with a couple of them with wilt. And we did get a lot of rain in 2 days worth, so I'm thinking most of this wilt is not insect related, but it is related to the heavy rains that we got. And within 2 days there was 2 inches of rain. So I'm thinking the soil is saturated, and so when the soil gets saturated, it loses oxygen for the plant. causes a wilt. And slowly hacking away at this area. Need to get back into doing that. I'm going real slow because the vines are hard to pull. But in here, as you can see, I need to do some weeding in here too, are the sunflowers. And then here I have some more squash plants. I've got 3 jalapenos. Then I've got bush beans. I'm trying to keep them tied up off the ground. These are some sweet peppers that my dad got me. He's got started. And then my okra with the bush beans planted in between them. So you can see there's bush beans and then okra. Trying to cut down on the weeds with planting them so closely. Now I do fertilize once a week. There's my stevia in there. Some more squash. And I've got a couple of watermelon vines growing through the sweet potatoes. That's the oregano. More squash. Get out of here and take you over to the side. Now I have a pineapple that my girlfriend she cut up here while they were here celebrating my birthday. So we got that in the pot as an experiment. Then I've got a couple of purchased a couple of basil plants there, rosemary and marigolds. That is lemon balm, more lemon balm. I have some dahlias that I'm going to be planting around the perimeter. That way their yellow flowers, along with sunflowers, will detract the white flies as trap plants. So they're attracted to the yellow. So I'm hoping when I plant them into bigger pots and set them around, that the white flies will be attracted to them. Got another rosemary there. Okay, my coffee cup. Alright, so coffee cup doesn't stay. Right here are some cantaloupe, and I'm going to grow them up and tie them up to this divider that I have here, fencing. I've got more dahlias there. I just planted a pumpkin in there, and right there are some lemon trees that we grew from seed. Sweet corn. I've got 3 rows that made it from the original planting of sweet corn, and then I came back out and planted a couple more smaller rows of sweet corn. There we go with that. Planted more pumpkins over here, and these are hot cayenne peppers with a dahlia in the middle, and then I've got 1, 2, 3 seedlings for the sunflowers. Here are some white potatoes planted in here. I just got them put in yesterday, and you can see I had some of this old fiberglass board. This place was a nursery, so I'm making a garden bed out of that and the little electrical conduits that they've already cut up, and I've been salvaging. So hopefully this whole bed eventually will be white potatoes. I've got to chip more potatoes and get them in there. All right. Sorry for the mess. That's an old raised garden bed that I had out here. Here's some more plants that I have. Some hot banana peppers and some hot cayenne peppers with a couple more basil. I love my basil. In here is some zucchini squash. I've got 3 plants there. And then I've got purple hull cowpeas growing up in there too, which I will put up the trellis. There is some slicing cucumbers here. The ones I showed you earlier are pickling. These are slicing cucumbers. And so far they're doing pretty good. I do have one plant in there that's having a little wilt. Now the wilt is starting from the top down, so I think it is a water issue, water oxygen issue. But this one is in a raised bed, so it should drain out pretty good, but we'll see. Here is some more bush beans. And these raised garden beds do dry out a little bit more, so I have to be careful about coming out here and watering this stuff rather than the regular garden. If I don't just do that, and sometimes I'll overspray the garden, and I need not to do that because plants do better when they have a little stress on them and less root rot, chances of root rot. So there's some more tomato plants. Those are the tomato plants I just walked down and showed you. But this is what it looks like from this side. Alright, I know this is a pretty long video, and thank you for your attention to it. I wanted to get through this pretty quickly. I hope I tried. I hope I succeeded. Anyway, I hope you like what I'm doing here. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.